Throw Gang, we are joined by the OMC MVP, How Bazaar, Lauren Schlossman, and myself, the mayor, Rack City bitch, Rack City bitch, James Harris. Welcome to the weekly running of the boys.
10s, 20s on your Jones, bitch.
With today's full episode only available on
Patreon.com/throwingfits.
Before we get into rizzing up Emrata, scaring the hoes at the Bushwick rave, and trolling Vogue, let's get into some Bazaar housekeeping. It is upon us.
We're here. It's Bazaar Week, baby.
It is Bazaar Week. Okay. September 16th, address 440 Grand Street in New York City. It's this church. You'll see it. The hours are 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. only for Cash App Pink holders. That's one of the perkies that you get if you show up after signing up for the Cash App Pink card. So 11 to 12 p.m. hour only for Cash App Pink card holders. 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the unwashed masses. To run through the sellers, just murderers row.
Let's go.
Of John's enthusiasts.
Hit them up.
Vintage Vikings. What is it?
Hoarder homies.
Mainly these John Carmonica. Okay. Noah Johnson. So there will be Evan Canori on site.
We added the fucking narc dad himself at
Late
the 25th
edition.
hour.
Yeah, and I think Sam Hines gonna throw some Johns in there on his rack. So
That's
just a whole
the
little
rumor.
GQ booth. Noah Johnson, John Carmonica, Fantasy Explosion, Nolita Dirtbag, Intramural Shop, La Jacinta, Chad Senzel, Mildred Vintage, Despot, Josh Peskowitz, myself, yourself, the Throwing Fits Groms, aka Chuck and Rob Kelly, Brandon Mahler, Hugo Mendoza, Luke Fracher, Alex Delaney, Sean Crawford, Bradley Carbone, and Brandon Jenkins. Real quick, we just locked in the food. Honestly, might be one of the low-key highlights of the bazaar.
Yeah.
Food is going to be done by the homie Joey at Leo. He's R&D'ing like a new kind of like meat kebab on some
doner kebab.
on some homemade sourdough pita. Pico oysters, so there will be fresh oysters just getting shucked,
dude,
all day.
Nuck if you shuck.
And the homie Pervez, who does this thing called Chot Dogs, which is hot dogs, but with like Indian style chutneys and like fried onions and toppings, as well as a walking chot, which is like a Frito pie, which I know as a Texas man, it's just like a Frito pie, but with like Indian style toppings. They're fucking delicious, and they go great with the beers provided by Ebbs Brewing and the hard seltzers provided by Onda.
I cannot wait for an Indian glizzy, bro. I'm so excited. That's all the fucking food sounds amazing, but for me,
glizzy?
I'm gonna be fucking first in line. And I will say this: if you have your fucking pink card, you got Cash App downloaded on your phone, you don't need the physical card. Perky's calling. Hopefully, you entered the giveaway because that wrapped today, September 11th.
Afternoon.
Never forget. The giveaway is over.
Only Throwing Fits would do a fly out on September 11th.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that the winner, which will be selected randomly, is like a Make-A-Wish patron cord member winner. Who's to say? But for everybody else, all that aside, spending money in your Cash App account. Boom. And, if you pay with Cash App, you might get a motherfucking discount. Something to consider. Early entry, like James said, you can come in at 11 before the hordes. Pick through all the good shit before it gets picked over. Fast lane, skip the line, VIP access if you cannot make it at 11 a.m. because you got a big Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, brunch, Home Depot, Lowe's, Farmer's Market, whatever. Big Saturday.
Weather's looking nice.
Don't know if there'll be enough time.
Looking like it might be actually fall John's appropriate type weather. So excited for that. But if you can't come at 11 for the early bird special, you can still skip the line.
Yeah, and then finally, free food from all the delicious vendors we just mentioned. Free merch as well. So show up, have your fucking app and pink card access ready, because if you don't, you're just fucking stupid.
I know, it's pretty dumb.
Yeah.
All right. Bazaar, 9/16.
We'll see you on Saturday.
11 a.m. to 6 p.m. 440 Grand Street, New York City. We'll see you there.
Don't meet us there, beat us there. You already know, dude. That's the tagline. Get there and fucking show up to fucking shell out.
Rack City, bitch. Lauren, do you want to do a fit check?
Sure. Upstairs, I was wearing Loewe crushable loafers. I got the threadies on the dogs.
Are you going to have any used threadies for sale?
No, dude. I need all my pairs, bro. I'll probably be wearing a pair of threadies if you want me. Listen,
honestly, worth the price of admission alone just to come and roast this man to his face.
For a measly $5, I will unsheath the threadies foreskin in person. I am wearing a combination of vintage pickups from our wonderful friend Kathleen Sobara at Chickies. I have
congrats on 1 year, I believe,
of the men's shop. Yes,
I believe it's been 1 year this week.
Woo. One of the best vintage spots in the city.
Hands
Unfortunately, she will not be at the Bazaar, but
because she's busy with the 1 year. But anyway, yeah. Chickies is obviously one of our faves.
Double pleated, Venti, Ralphie, linen, brownies on the tuchus.
Okay, you saw Mordecai earlier. That's why you're talking Yiddish.
Yeah. He was, a lot of people are like, yo, you just let this man fat shame you. I'm like, because he was like, chubby boy, chunky monkey. And I'm like, he's talking about the socks.
The old Larry.
Though I will say everybody that I've seen this week who I haven't seen in a long time, and you've had to bear witness to this, is just like, begrudgingly, I'm sure, is just like, oh, dude, you look so good. And it's like, how bad did I look before?
Real bad, I guess, to answer your question.
Yeah.
And then how is that affecting your ego? Like, are you going to eat like less than 1 meal a day now?
No. And also, like, people are shocked and appalled when I like explain how it's happened.
Yeah, they're always, you're like, yeah, I'm on Mexican. I'm on Ozempica.
I've moved away from trying to explain that.
I'm on Ozempica and doing 1 meal a day, and they're like, oh, how do I ask about this man's eating disorder without being offensive? And they're like, oh, like what meal do you choose for your 1 meal a day? And you're like, yeah, 4 p.m. lunch, duh.
For everyone that was asking and really begging for me to give up the Mexican Adderall / Ozempic plug, they shut down production.
Oh, really?
So it no longer is passing the muster below the border. So I got like 2 pills left, and then we'll see what happens.
Damn, you're about to fucking yo-yo like Oprah, baby.
Yeah.
But no, it is funny. Like people are like, they're like, oh my God, I'm paying you a compliment. Oh, I'm really now so uncomfortable because I don't know how to proceed.
It's a tough convo because like I'm not one to lie. And when people hear that you only eat 1 meal a day, they want to know the logistics of that. What are you eating? And
well, I think that also just like, why would you deprive yourself of one of the only good things in this world, which is eating delicious food?
My 1 meal on Saturday is going to be 3 kebabs, a dozen fresh oysters, and roughly, I don't know, a Larry's dozen Indian cuisines.
The chat dogs, baby.
It's going to be a big 1 meal. Okay, the shirt is Vinti Giorgio Armansky. I'm wearing a Hanes Palace One Pleaser.
Is it also from
Chickies? Yeah, that was the shorts and shirt combination. Metalwood Studios cap, rolling on the wrist. Wedding ring on the fingy, wifey on the pinky, was wearing Sun Buddies upstairs. I'm going to have a ton of Sun Buddies. I have way too many sunglasses. And shout out the homies. Shout out the Hog, man. Yeah. Shout out his broski. Shout out Trey Bien everywhere. Especially my booth.
I haven't even gone through
so many accessories.
Yeah, no, I need to do that for sure. I'm saving Friday as like one last like pickover for the Bazaar because like I don't even know where. I guess it's on my storage unit, but I was like, where is all my shit that I've definitely packed up?
Like, where did it go?
I hope I show up to the Bazaar with stuff.
How many closets?
Just kidding, I will.
How many closets do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 skeet. 5. One's a shoe closet.
All right. Well, I'm sure in one of those 5, there's going to be a lot of tasty Johns that will be available at James Harris's booth.
Oh no, there's a lot. There's a lot. I mean, a lot of like our legacy that doesn't fit me anymore. Like a lot of our legacy. Yeah. A lot of flow that just like, for whatever reason, just isn't going to make the cut.
One of the collab tees is in there, right? In a small size.
A Throwing Fits, our legacy workshop, Slam Jam, exclusive at Slam Jam that we only gave away to the homies. There was an extra small left over. So fellas,
extra small.
It's a 44.
Wait, is it a small or is it an extra small?
It's an extra small.
Okay,
so fellas, if you're on your wave shit like Lawrence, or if you want to pick one up for the girly, or if you're a girl, come through. That this would fit on. Then come through,
or just a fucking Twinkie they them.
Also, I'm definitely I found a bag of leftover pod shorts and I'm just selling them at $20 a pop. And I'm keeping all that, by the way. That's holding money. That's holding money. That's tax. That's tax.
Put it in the Chase account.
Honestly, here's what we're gonna do.
What are we gonna do?
Whatever money I make via Cash App, because that's the platform we're using, or Square, at the Bazaar. Whatever money make on
cold hard cash.
Whatever money make on pod shorts will go into a Bazaar happy hour beer fund.
Ooh,
all right.
That's right.
If we sell a bunch of shorts, come back at 5, show me the shorts you bought, I'll give you a beer.
Oh, you didn't mention the drink sponsors.
I did. Drinks by Ebbs and Onda, just to repeat.
Oh, my bad. Same sponsors last year. If you came through and you waited, you fucking slogged through that 2-hour line, which is not going to happen again this year, inshallah. You will know that we got fucking tasty lagers and tasty tequila. Yeah. What is that, like a spritzer? What is that?
It's just like a tequila soda in a can, I think. They're really fucking good.
And you already know fucking Drake is an investor, so what more do I need to say?
Exactly.
Free drinks for all the dogs. Finally,
tequila seltzer combination.
Supreme Hanes on the cock and balls. Yes, racist. I'm wearing racist underwear and drinking a hydro flask full of Green Point's Finance. Let's throw it to you, Jimbo.
Upstairs, I was wearing the Oakley Chop Saw Mules, which get a lot of attention.
Oakley Factory Team.
Excuse me. Shout out Aaliyah, shout out Kyle. I love them, but I always thought they're kind of like a low-key shoe, but like anytime I wear them, people are like, yo, like, how are they? Like, are they good?
They might be high-key.
Are they comfortable? They're high-key, I guess. Southwest State linen pantalones.
What socks?
Which I'm loving. I don't know what brand this is. I just Googled like no brand or brandless quarter length socks.
Yeah.
It's got these.
They look like Uniqlo, but apparently not.
No, they're like some like fake, like Chinese.
Fugaza-Clo?
Like fake athletic socks.
Nice,
Like,
dude.
oh, compression around the middle. No, whatever.
The Fuji.
Southwest State pants. Lady White Co. Polo. Leisure Santa DJ Screw Hat, the J. Crew parody, which also gets a lot of fucking love.
Yeah.
Shout out Frank the Mad
I wonder
Dog.
if Frank will be bringing, because Frank and Seth are definitely going to have some tasty treats. I wonder if they're going to have any leftovers of those.
I mean, I was in the shop last week and they had some out on display.
Let's go, baby. Pull up and get your own Galleria edition DJ Screw Flip.
Exactly. Bottega Veneta on the pinky, Ring Concierge on the pointer. What else? Oh, and
Maria Tash and the Lobe.
Oh, Maria Tash and the Lobe and Martin Margiela, ex Gentle Monster. Sonny's, courtesy of a homie that we'll talk about later of why we were able to get them from her. We got a pair from her.
We booked a very highly anticipated, I'm sure, Friday Fiasco, and she came through bearing free flow that she got when she checked out of her hotel.
She didn't want it anymore.
Do you want this shit? I have no room in my suitcases.
All right. I'm sipping on Green Point's Finest and an iced coffee from, what's the Isaac like shit? What's the best cafe?
Damn, you nailed it. I wasn't expecting it to be that good. What's the best cafe?
Euro coffee or Udo coffee. It's just a bunch of Polish goons just pushing out like very not good tasting coffee, but it's like $2 for like a 20 ounce of iced coffee.
You can only pay with cash or Venmo. Kind of like reverse Bazaar rules.
Yeah, it is not. They're not. Whatever their relationship with the IRS, we'll let them hash out themselves on their own podcast.
I think I said some mean stuff about Polish people last week, but I will say this coffee. Listen, man, it might make you dumber, but it'll keep you awake.
And it'll only run you a few dollars. Because it is not.
What's the best cafe?
It is not artisanal. I'll just say that.
That was so good.
Normally I suck at Australian, New Zealand accents. I'm fired at everything else, as everyone knows. But you know what we fucked up when we were doing our whole little Russell Crowe segment, big Russell Crowe pod. He and Isaac, who is maybe like the biggest super fan of the show, who will text us like live updates when he listens, because he's just the best dude. We were saying, or I said that he was Australian. He's New Zealand. Oh, really?
New Zealand claims.
Oh,
Russell Crowe.
I honestly didn't know that.
Yeah, well, listen, you learn something new every day, baby. Who's the best actor? Not as good, but we try.
I will have my vengeance at the time for the next. All right.
I was just screeching.
Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this fucking podcast.
Yeah.